Yes, dear students, today we will solve some problems based on the economics of power generation. Example 4.1, loads on a feeder during 24 hours of a day are given below. So there is some feeder and to it some loads are connected, and these loads with time go on varying. So at different times, what is the load that is being given here? I ask you to just note down this table by pausing the video. Calculate the maximum demand, average demand, load factor of the feeder. If the feeder has the peak loss of 108 kilowatt and annual loss factor of 0.14, find the following. A, the average power loss of the feeder. B, the total annual loss of the feeder. Also calculate the demand factor of the feeder if the connected demand is 2500 kilowatt. Yes, now we will find the solution for this question. Looking at the given table here, we can come to know what is the maximum load during 24 hours on a feeder. Start from here: 400, 380, 350, 300, 350, 500, 700, 750. In this column we are having 750 as maximum, 900, 1200, 1350, 1200, 1000, 1250, 1300. In this column we are having 1300 as maximum. So in 750 and 1300 kilowatt, 1300 is maximum. So you drop this value. Now you take last column: 1400, 1300, 1500, 1800, 2000, 1950, 1800. Among 1300 and 2000 kilowatts, 2000 kilowatt is maximum. Therefore, the maximum demand is 2000 kilowatt. So we will write that now. From the table, it can be seen that the maximum demand is 2000 kilowatt at 2 p.m. assuming the linear variations offload between the intervals the energy demand during the day will be see here to calculate the average demand we have to calculate the total energy produced in one day and then divide that energy by 24. So energy means what? Energy means power into time. Now we will refer to the table and see there what is the duration of each load and then multiply that load with corresponding time duration and then add all the products to get the total energy produced. Now here you look at the timings 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18 up to 23. Starting from 12 to 23, that means there are total 24 hours and each interval is of 1 hour, which means from 12 am to 1 am the load is 400 kilowatt. From 1 am to 2 am the load is 380 kilowatt. From 2 am to 3 am load is 300 kilowatt and so on. So now we can calculate the energy consumed in 24 hours as the sum of products of time durations and their corresponding load in kilowatt. So now we'll do that. Four hundred into 1 plus 380 into 1 plus 350 into 1 plus 300 into 1 plus 500 into 1 plus 700 into 1 plus 750 into 1 plus 900 into 1 plus 1200 into 1 plus 1350 into 1 plus 1200 into 1 plus 1000 into 1 plus 950 into 1 plus 1250 into 1 plus 1300 into 1 plus 1400 into 1 plus 1300 into 1 plus 1500 into 1 plus 1800 into 1 plus 2000 into 1 plus 1950 into 1 plus 1000 into 1 plus 800 into 1. This is last load. 4 to 5 a.m. I have forgotten to write. I came to know that after counting there are only 23 brackets. Actually there should be 24 brackets and the missing one is 350 into 1. If we compute the products above and then add all of those products, we get the energy as 24630 kilowatt hour. Now we can calculate what is the average demand. Average demand is equal to total energy produced by time. Here our energy calculation is for 24 hours. Therefore, that is equal to 24630 divided by 24. On simplification, we get 1026.25. say this is kilowatt hour and time is in hour. Hour will cancel, so you get average demand equal to 1026.25 kilowatt. And load factor, to calculate load factor also, equal to average demand by maximum demand. By definition, 1026.25 is average demand. We have calculated it. Average demand is 1026.25. We have calculated it here. Divided by maximum demand. The maximum demand is 2000 kilowatt. This also we have come to know. On simplification, we get 0.513125. Next we'll calculate A, the average power loss of the feeder. By definition, we have loss factor equal to average power divided by power loss at peak. We are having loss factor by definition as average power loss by power loss at peak. So average power loss is equal to loss factor into power loss at peak. That is equal to loss factor is given to us as 0.14. Peak loss at power loss at peak is equal to 108 kilowatt. Multiplying, we get average power loss equal to 15.12 kilowatt. Next we have to calculate annual power loss. Annual power loss is equal to average power loss into 365, that is 15.12 into 365 kilowatt, which comes out to be 5518.8 kilowatt. Next we have to calculate demand factor. Maximum demand by connected demand or maximum load by connected load. That is equal to 2000 divided by Connected load is given as 2500, that is equal to 0.80. Next we'll take example 4.2. Maximum demand of a generating station is 100 megawatt. A load factor is 65%. The plant capacity factor and plant use factor are 50% and 80% respectively. Determine A, the daily energy produced, B, installed capacity of plant, C, the reserve capacity of the plant, D, the maximum energy that could be produced daily if the plant is running all the time, E, the maximum energy that could be produced daily if the plant is running at full load according to the operating schedule, and F, utilization factor. To also calculate what here? Utilization factor. Please note down this problem. If we cannot, then you will have to pause and then copy it. We have load factor equal to average demand by maximum demand. Therefore, average demand is equal to load factor into maximum demand. Maximum demand. The load factor is 65%, so its per unit value will be 0.65, that is 65 divided by 100, and the maximum demand on the generating station is 100 megawatt. So average demand will be equal to 65 megawatt. 65 megawatt. Now we have to calculate A. The daily energy produced. Daily energy produced is average demand into 24 hours, because in a day there will be 24 hours. That is 65 into 24 hours. hours, which is equal to 1560 megawatt hour. Next, we have to calculate the installed capacity of the plant or the plant rated capacity. Plant rated capacity is equal to average load divided by plant capacity factor. We are writing for plant rated capacity by using definition of plant capacity factor. Plant capacity factor by definition is average load divided by plant rated capacity. 65 divided by 0.5, that is equal to 130 megawatt. C, we have to calculate reserve capacity. Reserve capacity is installed capacity minus maximum demand. That is 130 minus 100 equal to 30 megawatt is equal to 30 megawatt. Next, we have to calculate maximum energy that could be generated if plant runs all the time if plant runs all the time. That is equal to plant capacity into 24. 24 is number of hours in a day. That means here we are going to calculate maximum energy that could be generated if plant runs all the time in a day. That is equal to 130 into 24. 3120 megawatt hours. Next, we have to calculate maximum energy that could be produced if plant is running at full load. Maximum energy that could be produced. If plant runs at full load, according to the operating schedule, here we are not going to consider that the plant is running throughout the day at full load. We are going to consider the operating number of hours according to operating schedule. This is equal to actual energy produced by plant use factor that is equal to one five six zero divided by plant use factor is 80%, that means 0.80 or 0.8. On simplification we get 1950 megawatt hour. Lastly, we have to calculate utilization factor. Utilization factor is maximum load on the station divided by rated capacity of station. Hundred divided by 130 and it comes out to be 0.769. So this is utilization factor. In percentage also you can write. It would be 76.9%. Next, I will give you two homeworks. You will have to solve those and keep the solutions with yourself. Better if you solve those problems in one separate book. Sometimes in future, I may ask you to submit certain assignment and these problems will be part of those assignments, right? You copy down question number 1 here. Question number 1 is to be solved as homework. If not possible to write down quickly, then you will have to pause and write. You must also solve problem number 3 here. It is on a residential consumer and there are 3 bits in it, ABC. You have to find the solution for this third problem as homework. Only these 2 problems you take as homework, solve and keep it with you so that whenever I ask, you can submit it. Okay. With this, we have almost come to the end of first unit. Only introduction to load forecasting is there. And in this introduction to load forecasting, you will be learning the definition of load forecasting and the factors affecting load forecasting. That we will take up in next class. And after that, I will be starting second unit in next class. I'll stop your class here. Thank you.